Hello everybody, my name is Ilse and this is Hobby Kiara, the channel where I make videos about anime, events and cultures, mostly in South Korea, probably forever in South Korea at this point. But anyway, today I am making finally my update about the best anime stores in Seoul. I have made several different videos regarding this topic because things change all the time, and I'm finally ready to give you the 2021 update because things have changed so much. So let's not beat around the bush and let's just get right to it. So the biggest thing that has happened is that AK, which is like a shopping mall in Hongdae out of exit 4, decided to open a floor exclusively dedicated to like anime stuff. So here we now have the new Animate. So Animate is not in its old building and it's much bigger than before. They have much more selection. Their manga section is huge and it does tend to get really crowded during the weekends. So AK and on the 5th floor has Hongdae Animate, and there's a new poppable cafe which they also have in Yongsan, but now they have it in Hongdae and they do plan to have collaboration cafes there. You also have a new place called Fun Shop, which is a place where people can sell their secondhand goods. This is my favorite new store. Absolutely love secondhand anime stores, love it. I'm making a video soon about how to buy anime goods the smart way, so this kind of store is amazing and they have really good selection. It does tend to be anime that is like very popular right now because people like buy a lot of goods and then resell what they don't want. But yeah, Fun Shop is amazing. In the same floor, we also have the More Fun Cafe, which also has an iteration in Sadang. But this More Fun Cafe usually focuses on BL or male like idol anime collaborations. And I love More Fun Cafe. Their coffee and desserts are actually really good. And the cafe also has goods, so I'm counting it as a goods store. Then in this same floor we have official Ichiban Kuji store. So they have most of the latest Ichiban Kuji, and you can also buy individual goods of stuff that maybe didn't sell and stuff, so you don't just have to buy Ichiban Kuji tickets. And lastly, this floor also has a One Piece exclusive store if you're interested in that. So they only sell One Piece items, and they also have a PlayStation store where they sell video game stuff and I guess PlayStation games. So yes, this new mall has been awesome. It is really cool to have everything in one space, and the new Animate is absolutely incredible. Other things that have changed in Hongdae is that before we had Lanshinbang and Ansodang. They were two stores, but they were kind of like sister stores, but now that has changed and Lanshinbang closed and now only Ansodang exists. But they are also selling secondhand goods and they changed the layout of the store, so it's very crowded. I hate that store now. I used to love Lanshinbang, but now ever since Kimetsu no Yaiba started to become famous, the whole anime scene in Seoul has been ruined, basically. It's so crowded all the time, and now with Jujutsu Kaisen, it's even worse. I probably say that wrong. But yeah, Ansodang is a new combination of Lanshinbang and Ansodang, so you can find secondhand goods there too. But they also have, like, the biggest selection they offer is like boy groups and not BL, but yeah, boy stuff with boy characters. Annaplus, which was also a store that used to be in Hongdae, changed locations and became even bigger. So now they sell a lot of figures, some goods. It's mostly old stuff. They don't stock that much new stuff, but they make their own official goods for the game Last Origin, I think it's called. Yes, the game is called Last Origin. So Annaplus manufactures and sells original merch from that game. It is very lewd, so if you're into that, I guess you'll like it. But yeah, it's not that good for like new stuff, but I love old stuff, so I do like going there once in a while. Just keep in mind that the store opens at 2 and the owner is usually late, so I do think that their hours are a bit inconvenient for me personally. Then we have Figure Presso, which has become one of the coolest stores in my opinion in Hongdae. They have 2 floors. In the bottom they sell Ichiban Kuji and Ghibli and kind of more like normie stuff, I don't know how to describe it. And then upstairs they also have a really big selection. They have Fate, Love Live, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Haikyuu, like a lot of cool things. And they also have Ichiban Kuji, but they sell like every single Ichiban Kuji, and they also have a pretty big Nendoroid collection. So I really love Figure Presso. Very close to Figure Presso we still have Omocha Land. It still kind of focuses mainly on boy group merch. They do have some Bang Dream, they do have some like Naruto and Detective Conan and like free kind of older stuff, but they mostly focus on Ensemble Stars merch. But I do know that they have plans to remodel as well. Many stores have been remodeling recently, so you can look forward to maybe a newish Omocha Land, but you can still visit Omocha Land if you want. It's also one of the second-hand-ish stores. In Hongdae, we still have the UFO Table Cafe. Right now it's mostly focusing just on Kimetsu no Yaiba, and you do have to make reservations beforehand. You can no longer just go in without a reservation, so keep that in mind, but the cafe is still open and running. That's it for Hongdae, and then we move to Haptong, which we have Annaplus. I made a video recently about the Roselia Cafe, and this is in the new Annaplus. So they remodeled and the space is incredible. They have space for 2 cafes now, so they're running 2 cafes at the same time. Their goods selection is incredible. The layout is beautiful. It looks new. I just feel like it gives anime the respect it deserves. I love that store so much. So we still have Annaplus in Haptong. Next, we have a place called Piteku in Yongsan Ipark Mall. So here we also have a poppable cafe and an animate. So poppable cafe is the same that they have in Hongdae, and I'm assuming they will keep having collaboration cafes there too, not just in Hongdae. And we have an animate. The animate in Ipark Mall is much smaller than the one in Hongdae, but it's very nice because it's not as crowded. So if you don't want to like withstand the horribleness that has become the animate in Hongdae, it's usually more chill to go to the one in Ipark Mall. And right in the same area we have the Piteku place, which is also a secondhand goods shop where people themselves bring their own goods. Again, I absolutely love this place. I have bought so many goods there for like such a good price. To give you an example, recently I bought all of the illustration cards of the newest Aqua Ichiban Kuji, and if I had tried to get this through the Ichiban Kuji, it would have cost me around 13,000 won each. So 13,000 by 9 would have been my final price. But because I bought it in the reused store, these cost me 5,000 to 4,000 won each. So it's an amazing place. I absolutely adore stores like that. In the same area where we have Animate, Piteku, and Poppable, there's also Ghibli store, Doraemon, Shin-chan. There's a lot of like One Piece as well, so there's a lot of like more mainstream anime in that floor as well. Then we have Comic Zone in Shillim. I absolutely love that store. So it's one of the biggest manga stores in Seoul. They have manga and then they have a section for goods. They mostly stock Love Live goods, although they also have a pretty big Bang Dream selection. They have Idolmaster, ReZero, a bunch of like different things. But what I think Comic Zone is the best for, it's their online store. They stock so much stuff in their online store, so I absolutely suggest you check it out if you live in Korea. I don't think they have international shipping, but I do really recommend that you check that out. Lastly, the biggest store that I can think of is the 9th floor in the International Electronics Market, which is near Kyode Station and also Nambu Bus Terminal Station. This place has an entire floor dedicated to different anime stores, but I will say that it is very run down. It has really declined in quality, I feel, in the past 2 years. And it's mainly a place to buy Ichiban Kuji now. You can go and find some interesting vintage items, but the selection isn't amazing. It's also a good place to buy figures if you're interested in figures. They do have a really great selection for figures. So if you're looking for figures, that would be my first stop, and you can usually find them at better prices that you could online or in shops in Hongdae. But if you're looking for specifically goods, I wouldn't say it's the best place to go. But they also have a lot of Ichiban Kuji. They also have Ichiban Kofure, like the Kuji that isn't Ichiban, like Bandai brand. The other Kuji brands, they have them sometimes. So yes, you can still go. Some stores, like, they're very flexible with their hours, so I would suggest going like from 12 to 4 if you want to see everything open. But yeah, we still have the 9th floor, and it's a great place to get Kuji and figures. Then we have Uchugacha in Gangnam. They also have really good Ichiban Kuji. They sell Final Fantasy items that apparently are very popular, and they sell Fate, Bang Dream, some Love Live. They occasionally stock like new anime items, but their selection for anime items is not very reliable, but they're a really good place if you are in Gangnam. Like, at least you have an anime store in Gangnam, and I am very fond of that place because I lived in Gangnam for like 3 years pretty much, and that was always like, I would go to that store at least once a week, so I really do love that place. So a couple of notices, I guess. The Doremi Cafe is closed. I haven't seen anything on their Instagram, anything on their Twitter. I don't think they're operating anymore. I think Corona might have hit them really badly. Like I mentioned before, Lanshimbang is closed, and Anitong in Shillim is closed as well. Finally, I just want to give you some recommendations if you are shopping online within Korea. I don't have recommendations for you outside of Korea, like go buy from Japan. Why would you buy anime goods from Korea? That makes no sense. But yeah, I really recommend, number one, like I mentioned before, the Comic Zone website. They have amazing items, and they do pre-orders for a lot of items that no other store does. They're really good if you're into trading card games. I really recommend you check the trading card games out. Then, like, they have sleeves and folders and stuff and mats. So yeah, really love that store. Then Animate has an online store now, and while they don't stock everything that they have in the physical store, it's a great alternative if you live far away from Seoul. And lastly, I want to recommend the Annaplus shop store. They also don't sell everything that they sell in the physical store, but recently they started creating these Love Live birthday packs that are absolutely amazing. Can't wait for Daya. I'm definitely gonna get hers, and you can buy them online. And they also have a lot of figure pre-sales and CDs and stuff, so really recommend that. So yes, that was my 2021 update of anime stores in Korea. Please keep in mind that I mainly did the stores like within Seoul, like the center of Seoul. There are some anime stores a little bit outside of Seoul and in different cities, but I will not go into those. I'm mainly just focusing on Seoul. I will be leaving the information of every store in the description box. It will no longer be on my website. Unfortunately, I'm thinking about closing it because I just really don't have time to update it anymore. But all the store information will be in the description, so please check that out before you frantically ask about it. So yeah, I hope this video helped you if you are in Korea or maybe will visit. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know if you visited any of these stores and what you like about them. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Goodbye!